Hello there and welcome. My name is Linda and this is my channel Linda T70. You're very welcome today and it's good to have your company. Good to see you again after my holiday. We're back from holiday. Thank you for your good wishes about whether we had a good time or not, and we did. I should tell you all about that in a little bit. First of all though, I have got a couple of bits and pieces I got yesterday from Dunelm. So I might as well show you those. Just one thing to recommend to you and something else I bought in Sainsbury's. So if you'd like to have a look at that, stick with me and we'll get started. Just to say, before we get started with all showing you the things, we did have a really good time on our holiday. The weather was absolutely perfect. It was really, really hot all week. So if any of you kept your fingers crossed for me, thank you so much. It's still, the weather's still pretty good, but it's not as wonderful as it was that week. I think we had one day, the last day was a little bit cloudier, but that was absolutely fine. So the kids were able to play, and the adults as well, play in the swimming pool. There was an outdoor pool. So I'll give you a bit more meat on the bones about the place if you're interested at the end of this, but I'll just start with showing you this little haul. So first thing to say is I went shopping, because you know when you go shopping, when you go on holiday and you basically empty your fridge out before you go, don't you? And so the first thing to do, well, maybe the third thing to do to when you get back, first two being sort out washing and start the tedious job of washing everything that you took away with you. I will put in, also include in this video, a bit of the packing. In the end, we didn't take a suitcase. We put all of our clothes, well, I did, all of our clothes in like packing cubes, and you'll see, but we didn't take a case in the end, and I'm glad we didn't, because it took up less room in the car, and we didn't have a particularly big room when we were there, so that was a good thinking. But anyway, I took more than I needed, and of course you have to wash everything when you come back, because inevitably some of it gets mixed up with stuff that you've used, so you just do it, don't you? So that was Saturday's job, Friday evening and Saturday's job, but it's all done now, it's all put away. So and on the Saturday, me and current husband went to Sainsbury's to stock up the cupboards and the fridge. So I did a food shop. I haven't saved that to show you, that's all fairly tedious stuff, but there's a couple of things I picked up which I didn't know, you know, I thought might be quite interesting. So one of the things I use in the house, like most people I suppose, is hand wash, and I have some by the sink, some in the kitchen, one in the downstairs loo and one in the upstairs loo. So you've got 3 bottles of this stuff going on, and I do try and be a bit you know, clever about not buying anything too expensive, but then I use it such a lot, I don't really, my hands get quite dry. So I do try and, I don't try to stick to particular brands, but you know, and I like something that smells nice. So I buy a lot of Bayliss and Harding, and in Sainsbury's on Saturday I saw this. Now you might all have seen this. So this is a Bayliss and Harding 2 litre refillable, to refill your soap bottles up, and this particular fragrance is sweet mandarin and grapefruit, and which I love the smell. I like grapefruit actually. I thought that's just up my alley. There's two litres in here, and I've just worked out whether it was, because it seems like it's a good buy, and I've just checked on the Sainsbury's website of their pricing, and also I found this on a Waitrose. It's £6. Somewhere else where it was more expensive, so I paid £5 for this, and that's the equivalent of 4 500ml pump soap things. So you're saving about a £5. So I thought that was worth having. The pump soaps are £2.25 for 500ml. This is 2 litres, so 2000 millilitres, so you're definitely making a saving there. Don't want to baffle you with sums or anything, but anyway, so if you see that, I think it's available in loads of places. If you just refill your bottles, which I'd try and do rather than chuck the old ones out, I thought that was something worth mentioning. The other thing I picked up in Sainsbury's, I said picked up, didn't I? The other thing I purchased, chose in Sainsbury's was these, a 3-pack of tweezers. Now, I don't know if everyone's the same, you probably are, but I can't just use any pair of tweezers. I have a particular pair that are really good and really capture your hair. I mean, most of it's for around my face, to be honest. Honest to God, I tell you what, by the time I came back from my holiday, I looked like I had a handlebar moustache. I don't know how people weren't pointing and laughing at me. It was absolutely ridiculous. I don't know whether when it's sunny, your facial hair grows more, but honestly, it was dreadful. And I couldn't find, I knew I'd packed my tweezers, couldn't find the blooming things, and they still haven't turned up. They've got to be somewhere. There's a couple of things actually that I can't find, that they've got to be somewhere, but I just can't see them. So I thought I'll buy some tweezers, and I got this pack. The make is True You. Sorry, there we go. And this was £5, and you've got 3 types of tweezer in here. Now, I didn't know that there were 3 types of tweezer. I just thought that tweezers were tweezers. So you've got a pointy, the other 2 are slanted, but for different, I suppose, different hair. Sorry, this is a bit rubbish, isn't it? You've probably got the idea, really. This, I'll just take this one out because I wondered what the pointy tweezers were for, because I've never seen pointy tweezers. I've had a very sheltered life. And so they're this. That's not really helping, is it? Oh, here we are. Right. And apparently these are for ingrowing hairs. Now, I don't think I've ever had an ingrowing hair, but should I get one? Also, they're so fine. They're slightly slanted on the edge, slightly sort of, yeah, slanted. But they're probably be, I haven't tried them yet because I wanted to show you first. They're probably really good for capturing those, you know, those little ones that you can't grab. Because this is my thing, really, is that I get, you know, we all get the bum fluff stuff, don't we, when we get older? And then you get those hairs that you think, oh my God, where did that come from? And if they're sort of, you know what I mean? I'm sure everyone's the same as me. And I use cream on my face to get rid of all that. And I did that before we went away, and I thought I did quite a good job of it. You know, everything was nice and smooth, all down my neck and everything. Well, by Tuesday. Oh dear. So the other 2 are, as I say, they're slanted, and you've got the very fine one. So these are for, you know, whatever you use tweezers for getting splinters out, for eyebrows, for chins. So I thought I'd just show you those because I was quite pleased. I think actually I found these on other websites and they're a bit cheaper, but you know, I needed some. I was in the shop and so I got them. So they're True You tweezers, pack of 3. And the other thing to tell you is a bit of a recommendation. Now, ages and ages ago, when I first had my channel, I did an Avon haul. I showed you some Avon makeup. And I don't, as I've said before, my makeup is, I wear the same sort of thing. I've got more makeup than I need, but I don't have as much as most people because I just get, if I don't use it, I just get rid of it. And I tend to stick to the same colours. And I've now found a foundation. If you watch me regularly, you'll know I've found a foundation that I like. And I've also started using my Nivea tinted moisturiser, which I've got on today. I do, as a result of the sun, although I put factor 50 on while I was away, I do have skin, I don't know whether it's age spots or skin damage or whether they're the same thing, but I do have that on my face, which I do try and hide, but there's only so much you can do. But anyway, before I went away and I was packing my makeup, I found this. So this is Avon Neutra Effects Tinted Moisturising Day Cream with an SPF of 20. And I thought, oh, it's got pomegranate extract in it, should you like that sort of thing. So I thought, well, I'll try this. And I mean, I've got all these little, she says, oh, I don't keep anything I don't use, but I've got all these little sort of tubes of stuff. And I think, oh, I'll use that. And then I forget, and I just picked this up by chance. Anyway, I put some of this on, and I bumped into my neighbour, and she said, oh, your face, you look like you've, this was before we went on holiday, she said, oh, you look like you've already got a tan. And I thought, I don't know, didn't know, and I was a bit hot and bothered because I was lugging stuff around. And I said, oh, it's just because I'm hot. But I thought afterwards, I think it was actually this. So it gave me quite a nice, it looked a bit sun-kissed, if you like, my skin. And it's got, as I say, SPF 20, although other than this, I've been using a 50 on my face before anybody tells me off. And it's a nice moisturiser. I didn't have to use any other moisturiser with it. So this is Avon Neutra Effects. Can we see? There we go. Cool, this is hard work, isn't it? So yeah, I don't know if you've used this or if you've ever heard of it. It just says radiance on the front. It doesn't say a colour or anything for normal skin. So I was really pleased I found this, and I just put it on during the day when we were away, so I had a little bit of a glow. Because I tell you another thing, I'm imagining a lot of you will know what I mean, but when you wear glasses and you have to keep them on all the time, I think you don't get an even tan, do you? Your glasses, so you have white bits around your eyes. So just sort of evening up the skin tones. I think that was, I was quite pleased with that. Okay, right, the other thing I wanted to do, so on Sunday, current husband was beside himself with joy on this. I said, can we go to Dunelm? You can imagine his face. But anyway, he's very kind, and he did go to Dunelm with me. I can go on my own, and I do go on my own, but sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of company. And, you know, my daughters and that all work now, so they haven't got the day free or anything to go with me. So, you know, I'm a big girl, I can do it. So what I needed was, now you know how you don't put your duvet in your duvet cover in the hot weather? We've still got quite thick duvet covers. I've got three duvet covers that are the same. They're just different colours. So I've got like a, you know, a terracotta colour one. I've got a sage green, and I've got a grey, and they're all the same. They've got like a little tufted design on them, and they're perfectly all right. But even when you take the cover out, I'm still quite hot. So I thought, I think I need to buy something a bit more cotton to go on the bed, because I know that we don't always have hot weather, but I'm always hot at night. Ooh, our missus. And even in the winter I get hot in bed and have to stick my foot out and that. So I thought, well, I'll go to Dunelm and I'll see if they've got anything that I quite like. So I bought this design. So this is a Super King size duvet cover, and it has it contains 2 pillowcases, And if I show you the other side, I apologise about the plastic, if you can see. And we've got quite a lot of this. We've got grey and this sort of yellowy colour in our bedroom. And I mean, I'm not, sorry, I'm going to just rip this. I'm not really too fussed about everything matching to the, you know, to the last thing, but I think this will, sorry, should have done this before, shouldn't I? I think this will be quite nice. This is, does it tell me what it's made of? Some polyester and some cotton, and it's, I just thought this would be a more comfortable thing. I'm trying to find a pillowcase to show you the pattern a bit better. I wonder who has the job of folding these things up in a factory. There must be. I wonder if it's, oh, no, just interested really, because I bet those people, I wonder if they, when they do their change their bed at home, they just fold it all up again. Anyway, I don't know. So, so I've got this design. Can you see? So it's got some sort of daisies on it, and it's grey one side, and the other side is this sort of mustardy yellow colour. And I think that would be perfect in our bedroom. It will go with the colour scheme we've got. So I'm quite pleased with that. And then I thought I would get a couple of additional pillowcases. So I've just bought a couple of white pillowcases for, you know, we have 2 pillows each, so for the other pillow. And then I saw, because I know not everybody likes cushions on their bed, but I do, because I think as your bed is the biggest thing in your bedroom, I think if you can make it look as cosy and as comfortable and as tidy as possible, it doesn't really matter what else is going on in the room, you know, if it's a bit untidy or the stuff hasn't been put away, because that's the biggest thing in my bedroom anyway. So I like to have I like it to look as nice as I can. So I've got a cushion that I don't use. So I thought, I actually saw a ready-made one of these sort of rectangular cushions which matched this duvet cover for £14. And then, so I put that in my basket, and then I saw this, which is obviously an empty cushion cover, but it matches exactly this duvet. So I thought what I'll do is, I've got a spare cushion that I'm not using. So I thought when I put this duvet cover on, get my spare cushion, put this on, Bob's your uncle, Charlie's your aunt, and I thought that would look quite nice. And this was £12, so it was £2 cheaper than the rectangular, what do you call, I don't know, there's probably a fancy name for those cushions that are like this sort of shape. So it was a bit cheaper, and yeah, I thought I like that. So I've got a matching cushion. The other cushion, by the way, is just kind of a neutral one, so I you know, I don't have loads and loads of cushions on the bed, because when you take them off at night you think, oh, where am I going to put this? So I just have a couple of cushions on. So I'll have this one and just a plain one. Then I thought, so we have a bedroom which has got bunk beds in for grandchildren when they stay, and I've currently got 2 sets of duvets that I interchange. One is a sort of a yellow and white spotty dotty one, and the other one is, it's got ice cream cones on. I got them both from Asda a few years ago. Now I have to say, my grandchildren really couldn't give 2 hoots about the duvet covers they have on the beds. I've never heard them say, well, I don't know, this one's, we're getting a bit bored with this, you know, we should buy us a new one. But I get bored with them because I'm the one that goes in there making the beds, washing all the stuff. So I thought about time we had some new ones, and then I can donate the old ones. And we have a mixture of girls and boys staying, so I didn't want to buy, and I didn't want to buy superheroes or dinosaurs. I mean, if I see another dinosaur on a t-shirt or a pair of curtains or something, I mean, I know kids love them, but and sort of action, what do you call it, Spider-Man, and I just thought no. Now I thought, I was in Dunelm still, I saw this. Now you might think this is a bit girly, but I don't. It's the reverse looks like it's a blue gingham. So if my four-year-old grandson says, well, I'm not keen on pink, Nana, I don't think he will. It's funny, isn't it, with colours, because I think we're beginning to change now, aren't we, with children's clothes and men as well. I mean, once upon a time you wouldn't catch any men, well, most men, wearing pink stuff, would you? But now it just doesn't really matter, does it? And I thought these were pretty. They're my beds in my house. I do the washing, so I'm basically going to buy what I want. So this is, they're both singles. They were £14 each. I did buy a different one. I'll show you the other one. So I bought this one, and as I say, on the reverse it seems it's just a blue gingham, so if anyone's that fussed about it, but I think that's just such a pretty colour. These pastels, it's called Rainbow Gingham. I don't know what the other one's called, if you're interested. It's probably, oh, excuse me a minute. I know, seamless, isn't it? Seamless. It just says this, the one I've got for my bed, this design, Scandi Floral, that one is, and that was £30 for a super king size, which I don't think is too bad. I have noticed though, I'm going on a bit about bedding here, I know, but we're having a super king size bed. If you buy cheaper ranges, which I suspect, because this is a cheaper range, it's their own brand, I think, yeah, their own brand, you do get a bit less fabric. But so if you buy Dormer or something like that, they're much more generous, so hence the price. So you don't get out for now, do you? Excuse me. So anyway, so yes, this one's £14, and I thought instead of getting two the same, I will go tonal with this. So the other one I bought was this ombre pastel. I'm going to take this one out of the packet because you can't really see with the light on the... Sorry. It's like having plaster pulled off, isn't it? Okay, so if you can see, without too much reflection, we've got the ombre effect here. And the other side is like this. And this is the picture on the back. Hopefully you can see that. So again, we've got a bit of we've got blue and yellow and whatever, which is the same colours, more or less the same colours as in here. They're both on the pastel scale. So I thought, yes, I get quite excited about new bedding. Now, this is a bit controversial. What do you think about washing bedding before you put it on, before you use it for the first time? Because my daughter, well, one of my daughters, always does. She won't let her or her child get into a bed where there's new bedding like this. It's always got to be washed first. But I'm completely the opposite, because it reminds me of when I was little and mothers and fathers didn't really spend money on lots of bedding. It was all, I don't know, we didn't have duvets and things anyway, obviously we just had sheets and blankets. But I can remember every time I got into my bed and it was new, like putting new pyjamas on, it just felt nice, and they were never washed beforehand. Wouldn't have occurred to my mother to do anything like that. But there was just something nice about the feel of something new. And I'm still like that now. If I have something, I don't wash anything before I use it. I mean, the only possibly towels and tea towels, because that just makes them a bit more, you know, what's the word? less, I don't know, there seems sometimes a bit of a coating on them, isn't there? But things like clothing or nightwear or bedding, I just like that feel. And then once you've washed them, they're never quite the same again. But anyway, I'd be interested to know if you feel the same as me. I don't know if it's like a, you know, oh, when we were in the war thing or or what, but anyway. So that's everything I bought. Oh no, forgotten something. I also, these aren't terribly interesting, but these cups from Dunelm, I've already got several of them in assorted colours. They're 150 each. I quite like a small cup. There's a joke there somewhere. I quite like a small cup rather than a mug of tea or coffee or anything, because I can't really drink a whole mug all the time. I usually leave half of it. And we've got them in pink, and there's a sort of a beige one, a grey one. We've got a selection of colours, but a couple of them over time have got broken. So these are only 150 each, which I think is quite good for a cup. I'd never pay £4 or £5 for a cup or a mug. I mean, no. So I bought a couple of those in different colours to add to my selection of Dunelm cups. Right, so that's all about that. Yes, so the rest of the video is, I did think about doing this in 2 separate videos, but I thought there's not really enough holiday footage to warrant it, I don't think. So I did a bit of footage on packing. You'll have to excuse my face though, because I was in a right old state. I was stressed out of my life and I didn't put any makeup on. There's some of the accommodation we had. We went to Paultons Park. Can't recommend that highly enough if you live in the UK or if you're visiting the UK. I have been to quite a number of theme parks in my time, and I've got to say, they're not my kind of thing really. I go with people because you do, but I don't like going on rides or whatever. But Paultons Park it's in near Romsey in Hampshire. It's got Peppa Pig World and it's also got another part and some lovely gardens, another part with some other sort of scary rides in that aren't themed in any way. It is anyway. And we were from age 70 to age 3. And my 3-year-old grandson went on. There was enough for him to go on, and all of the kids and adults in between. There was even me. I think there's a shot of me going on the teacups. I know, I don't care. I'm not sure how much of the footage I can use because there's some Peppa Pig music in the Peppa Pig bit of, I can't say Peppa Pig often enough, can I? In that part of the theme park, and so I'm going to see if it can be edited out. If not, I can't really, because of copyright, I can't really I can't share it with you. But if you want a family holiday, this whole holiday this week we were away because my niece was there with her son. My previous husband was there for some of the time. His brother came along and spent a day or 2 with us. It was just such a nice family holiday, all being together, all different ages. There was enough to do, the weather was great, and as I say, Paultons Park it's one of the few theme parks that I think there's plenty to do for all ages. And I don't know that it's massively expensive or not to get in there. I didn't pay for the ticket, so I'm not entirely sure, but if you want to look on their website. And the staff were nice and everything, and the resort we stayed in, the holiday park we stayed in, is called Shorefield, and it's in near New Milton in Hampshire, so it's about 40 minutes away from Paultons Park. The accommodation was good, the food was good that they had in the sort of canteen thing. I might be repeating what I say in the video, but I can't emphasize it enough. If you, like me, want to make memories with your grandchildren, perhaps because you're getting a bit older or for whatever reason, if you want to make memories with them and want to go on a family holiday, multi-generational holiday, somewhere like that is very nice. It wasn't massively busy really, and we did go at the beginning of the school holidays. So yeah, give it some thought and see what you think. I think that's everything. I'm going to watch this bit of video back, and before I and if I've missed anything out, I'll come back and say. But other than that, I'll just put the holiday bits on and the packing and whatever. Hopefully there'll be something of interest for you in there. I will say goodbye now, just in case though. Thank you very much for watching. I've really missed doing my videos. I'm sorry I couldn't do one last week. It just wasn't in me, I'm afraid. There was too much going on and here and there, and I don't really do my videos too far in advance because I get a bit confused what I'm doing. So I kind of I space them out in my brain but so I didn't do 2 last week, so apologies for that. But if you would like to subscribe, if you haven't, I keep getting subscribers and then losing subscribers. I don't really know why. I know that happens with everyone, but you know, I would love to get up towards my 2,000. You know, I'm not going on about it, but it would be nice. But thank you for watching anyway. Thank you for all the comments you send me. Thank you for thinking of me while I was away. And I think I've probably said enough now. So you all take care, and I will see you again very soon, probably later this week. So bye-bye for now. Hi there. Well, I've started the packing. I've kind of just started doing something and hoping the rest will fall into place, because I'm just I don't know why it makes me anxious, all this. We're not going away for very long, we're not going abroad, but yeah, it's just the way I do it. I've managed to do some of current husband's stuff. He sorted some stuff out he wants to take before he went to work this morning, and hopefully, and I've put it into his case. I'll show you that in a second. I haven't started on mine yet, apart from underwear and nightwear. It's just deciding what to take. I think the weather's going to be okay next week, but I'm struggling to think how we're going to fit everything in the car. Anyway, I'll show you what it looks like at the moment. It's a right old mess in this room, so apologies for that. So this is obviously a suitcase. I use packing cubes, but this is I bought a duvet or something from Dunelm, and I keep those containers because I find them really useful to use as an additional packing cube. He's got all his t-shirts, all his shorts, trousers, and what else has he got in here? Shorts, trousers, got a yeah, I think that's it really. Oh, shirts. Did I say shirts? So he wanted to take a couple of shirts, so they're in this. You can see there's the label on there. So it was a Super King duvet went in this. But as I say, these are I suppose everybody does it, but I think they're quite useful to keep. I've kept these 2 jumpers. He seems to think he wants jumpers, so I haven't put them in anything because I'm hoping I can talk him out of that. Perhaps just have a hoodie or some sort of you know, tracksuit jumper or something, which might be a bit better, because he said he might be cold. But and this is well, you can actually see he's got Living the Dream Ken, a t-shirt I got him. He wears that wears that in bed, or when when he gets out of bed if he's wandering around the house. So this here has got both of our underwear in. So it's got a week's pants and socks, trainer socks and normal socks for him, and it's got a week's knickknacks for me, and yeah, that's it, because I haven't taken any, I don't need anything else really. It's got 2 nighties for me because I like to change my nightie every couple of days, and his sleeping shorts, as well as his Ken t-shirt. So, and over here, I mean, yes, I know. So I've got another one of these things that a duvet must have come in. I thought I might take some additional hangers. I mean, if I don't need them, I don't need them. Depending on the room size, we could potentially just leave our stuff in these things all week. I've done that before when we've got on holiday, and just leave them in these things, and then we just take them out as we need them. But it depends how things work out. I've taken a bunch of stuff out of my rail, which I'm kind of going through here. Actually, my friend's coming over in a bit, and I might ask her to pick and choose some stuff, because you buy all these nice things and you just can't take them all with you. There's my little dog sitting there on the cushion. She's had a haircut, so she's not quite as stinky now. Yeah, and so I've got my Peacock's bag, which I used when we went for our weekend away. That I've got everything. I got all of our, for both of us, our overnight stuff. So stuff for that evening, stuff for the next morning, and toiletries and bits. Got all of that in here, so I was quite pleased with this. I've got this from Peacock's a few weeks ago. I showed you on one of my videos. At the moment, I've got in there medicines, and I've kind of gone down the route of, when I go abroad, taking the same stuff. So there's, apart from nuclear disaster, I think we're all set for aches and pains and allergies and whatever. Just the usual stuff that everybody takes. Something to stop you going to the toilet, something to start you going to the toilet, band-aids or plasters, whatever. Headache relief. I've got a mixture of Anodin type things and paracetamol and some ibuprofen, because we're not in the middle, we're like Bear Grylls, not going in the middle of nowhere. But it's just, if somebody needs something, you have to go to the shop, and you know, who wants to do that? Got my laundry basket thing. I might actually use that to put some of the dog stuff in for the journey. And I have got a mixed puzzle book and a quiz book, because we're going to do a quiz night. So I didn't have time to set a quiz, so we're taking that with us. So I'll update you in a bit. This is a couple of hours later in the day, and frankly I'm a bit embarrassed to show you all the stuff that I've packed. I didn't bother doing one of those, oh, I'm taking this and I'm taking that, and then showing you me packing it, because I was a bit overwhelmed with it, and my friend came along and she helped me decide on items to take. We've checked the weather forecast for next week and it's looking pretty good, so I've erred on the side of sunshiny stuff rather than lots of Macs and things, although I will obviously take some sort of jacket. I will show you a few bits I've put in my packing bag and some of the other stuff just to show you, but I make no apologies for the fact there is far too much stuff here. I don't need all of this, I won't wear all of this, but I feel that I like, when, you know, on a given day, I don't want to think, well, I bought my jeans and my blue t-shirt to wear and that's what I'm going to wear. I just don't know, so I like to have a choice, and I'm the same wherever I go on holiday. If I go abroad, I always bring stuff back that I haven't used. I fully admire anyone who does this sort of capsule wardrobe thing, and you know, it's a sensible thing to do. It's just not me. So as long as we can fit it in, if we go abroad, we fit it in the case and it's under the allowance, or if we're in our own car, as long as we can fit it in our car and can shut all the doors, I'm going to go with it. So I'll just turn the camera around and I'll show you what I've got. So this is another one of those duvet type bag things probably from Dunelm. I'm not going to get everything out, but you can probably recognise quite a bit of this stuff, some of the John Lewis tops. What I've gone for, I've taken 3 dresses. I've got, these are multicoloured tops, again some of them you might recognise from hauls. This is one of the John Lewis tops. This is all basically white t-shirts with designs on, so I've got a mixture of round neck and v-neck. I have a denim skirt. I'm taking my light coloured denim jacket. I've got a pair of leggings and 2 pairs of jeggings, I think, in here. I'm going to be travelling in probably a pair of combats and probably wear this t-shirt, which was a t-shirt from Peacocks, I believe, or Bon Marché, one of those. Oh, it tells me up here, doesn't it? You fool. Peacocks. So, and with some trainers. I've got a bag here, which I said was really useful last weekend. That's, don't tell anyone, that's my granddaughter's birthday presents that I've just wrapped. She's going to be here in the morning, so I don't want her to see those, so I've got to shove them somewhere. And also her other present hasn't arrived yet, so I might be wrapping something else in the morning if it turns up. Oh, sorry, focus. So yeah, my books, as in the quiz book, there we go, word search book, painkillers and stuff. So birthday card. Now, as far as I know, both of our stuff, and he's got more stuff than he needs as well, current husband. I've put a few more bits in here. We'll all go in that one case. And I know, as I say, you're all thinking, my God. But you never know what you're going to need, do you? And I've also got this, which he got out of the loft by mistake this morning. But actually, I thought shoes can go in there. So I've got, that'll be the toiletries bag. And I've got 3 pairs of shoes. I've got a pair of sandals, a pair of sort of evening, not evening shoes exactly, but just these ones that you've seen. And a pair of, what do you call them, with the thing that goes between your toes. They're sort of flip-flops, but they're Skechers ones. I'll show you. Yeah, these sorts of things. I struggle with these now between my toes. But these ones are okay. I suppose it's because they're fabric, but they're very comfortable and a nice spongy sole, so they're quite good. So all that I need to do now tomorrow is, well, let's just turn you back round, shall I? Yeah, all I need to do tomorrow is to pack the Pooch's stuff, pack the makeup and toiletries, you know, when I've had my shower. I think that's it really. I think we're kind of mostly there. So I hope this isn't too close, sorry. I haven't got any makeup on because, well, I just haven't. So I look right off right. And I'm going to wash my hair in the morning, so I didn't do it today. So I think that's everything on the packing front. If I think of anything else, I'll show you, and I'll try and show you what the car looks like with the dog's stuff in it, if I think to do it. But I know it's not fantastically interesting, so yeah. So I will catch up with you in a bit. So we've been in the lodge for a couple of days now, so we've got all our junk in here. Me and current husband came up with the idea of putting these 2 single beds together because, as you can see, we have little doggy people that like to, doggy dogs that like to share our bed. And the first night I had the single bed with 2 schnauzers on it, which didn't really give me the best night's sleep, but anyway. So we've just put the beds together and we can obviously move them back. It's got these, what do you call it, that you can put your thingy bobs into. That is the technical term, don't actually know what that's called. Yeah, junk, rubbish everywhere. That's my grandson's room. Daughter and her bloke's room. I think my daughter-in-law's already done a video of this when we arrived, so if you know, that will be a bit more tidy. So bathroom, so we're kind of tending to use this, me and current husband. 2 of my granddaughters stayed last night in this room because it's although it's a 4-bedroom and there's only we're only using 3 of the rooms. And yeah, so it's kind of, and I'll just show you the outside. Some French doors there, nice view onto some greenery. kitchen area, table enough for 8 people. Creaky floor. Everywhere I go's got creaky floors. And there's a little bit of veranda for so the dogs are safe. And there's some woods opposite, which we don't know where they go, but not that far, I don't think. Just thought I'd get a shot of the approach of our caravan lodge. So, current husband, dogs, couple of grandchildren there, and son-in-law. It's a nice shady bit, and we're overlooking what, I haven't been in there yet, but it looks like a wooded area, so it's really nice and cool here. Smile, Reese. And that way's down to the beach, but current husband's walked down there today, so it's half a mile, so I'm wondering how much I want to see the beach really. And it's quite shingly and stony and steep, so yes. And where this car goes, I'll show you the front of our lodge. Yeah, there's us. Got 4 bedrooms, I think you will have seen the inside.
Is it a duck? Or is it a chicken? It could be a chicken.
I think it's a duck.
Oh, okay.